Stop doing the inner work and do this instead. I'm Tony freaking Fonte.
How you doing?
I show you how to reignite your inner fire, reclaim your power, and show up with unshakable confidence in your life and your relationships. Boom! All right, let's dive into the message of stop doing the inner work and do this instead. And I know I'm probably turning a lot of heads with that comment, and that's exactly what I wanted to do, is to turn heads to say, what do you mean stop doing the inner work? I thought we're supposed to do the inner work. I thought the spiritual healing and awakening and all the good stuff is about doing the inner work. And it is. However, I want to go a different route with this because this is something that I see a lot in the spiritual healing community and in the spiritual community. And I saw it in my own life, and I finally became aware and clear of this happening in my own life. And I realized, oh my God, that's what people are struggling with. And so as I became aware of what I was doing, I could see it happening in the community. And it's this perpetual loop of continuing to do the inner work, to constantly do the inner work. We got to heal, we got to heal, we got to heal before we can step out onto the stage, step out into the world, step up in our relationships. We got to heal completely. And maybe you're feeling that right now. Maybe you feel that I got to be confident enough, that I have to be secure enough. I have to be a certain way. I have to be completely healed in order to have the healthy relationship, in order to have the life that I desire and that I want, that I really just dream of having, to really show up in my purpose. I have to be completely healed. This is exactly what I was going through, and I see so many doing this. I see so many people doing this, and they never really fool, especially healers and light workers and people who are helping others in this industry, in this community. They struggle the most, and I know because I've been there. I can't be in a healthy relationship until I completely heal. I gotta continue to heal to feel confident enough. I gotta continually heal to feel good enough. But the problem with that is we continue going through this dark night of the soul, and we never really move forward. We never really embrace who we truly are, embrace the work that we're here to do, and embrace the life and the relationships that we're here to have. And then we often get stuck and frustrated, pissed off. Why am I not moving ahead? And you may have some moving forward, but you'll never get fully to where you want in your life and your relationships. And it's because you're focused on the inner work, and you're only doing the inner work. And I know for me, I was also using the inner work as a way to prove myself, which is still keeping me stuck. I got to do the inner work. I got to do the inner work to prove myself that I'm good enough to be loved in my relationship. Wow. Look at me. I'm good enough. Look at me. I'm doing this work. Look at me. Look at me, all this healing. Which healing's great. Vulnerability is great. But if that's all we're doing and we're not creating and stepping out onto the stage, getting involved in this dance with life, getting involved in this dance with our relationships and actually just showing up, we're stuck. We're not going to move forward. We're going to continue this loop of the dark night of the soul. I got to do more shadow work. I got to figure this out. Oh, I had this trigger. I got to get through this trigger. I got to get rid of all my triggers. I got to kill the ego. I got to kill the ego completely. I got to remove it completely in order to really move forward. And that's just not how life works. That's just not how the healing journey really works. If we really want to have amazing results and have the life that we want, we have to learn to stop doing the inner work and just doing the inner work. What I began doing, finally, I listened to my guides, Because they've been telling me for like 2 years now, I'm a little stubborn at times, that I had that I had to start healing by living. Start healing by doing, by taking imperfect action towards what I want to create in my life, in my relationships. Start taking action. Does it mean that you won't have these insecurities come up? Does it mean that you won't have these fears come up, these doubts, these worries as you start stepping towards what you want? No, doesn't mean you won't have those. They'll still come up. That's the whole point of healing as you move forward. And as you actually start taking imperfect action, you'll build the confidence as you go. For 2 years, my guides have told me to start doing that. And I would do a little bit. I'd put my toe in the water and then I'd step back. I'd put my toe in the water and I'd step back. I kept going different directions. Frustrated, pissed off. Why am I still in the same situation? Why is my life still the same? Why is my income still the same? Why do I still seem to struggle when I've done all this fucking work for the last 3 years? It's because I wasn't taking the imperfect action. I wasn't listening to them. And in June of this year, to 2023, if you're in 2024 or on when you catch this video, June of this year, I was part of a challenge, a coaching challenge. And I made a decision because one of the coaches said, in order to really create what you want, you got to finally move forward and take imperfect action. Have the hard conversation. Start speaking your truth more with your partner in your life. Start sharing your needs, facing those fears, facing those insecurities. And when you face those things, you actually move through them, and that's how you heal. That's how you gain new awareness. Is it going to be pretty? Hell no, it's not going to be pretty at first. But the more you do it, the stronger you become mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, and physically, because you're releasing things. It's about facing the fears, facing the insecurities, speaking them, sharing them, and then taking action towards them. That's the key. That is the absolute fucking key to this work, is to take imperfect action. Stop trying to make it perfect. Stop trying to have it all figured out, which is a fear in itself. Like, I got to be good enough. Is it going to be good enough? Is it going to help anybody? These are some of the things that I went through my head as I'm creating Reignite and creating this community. But as I did the thing, I laughed at myself. And I'm laughing going, and I doubted myself, and I doubted this. All these fears, all these insecurities, everything continued to come up. But I decided, instead of allowing them to control me, I decided to start moving through them, taking that imperfect action, staying true to my word, moving forward, start healing by living, start healing by doing, start taking imperfect action towards who I want to become and what I want to create. And by doing so, it has allowed me to become that more. As you take action towards what you want, as you take action towards who you want to become, you are becoming it because the actions allow you to go. But what happens when you start taking that action, you get more clarity on what you want to create. You want to get clarity on the relationship, your values, what you want in your life, how you see everything. And you get clarity on why you haven't been showing up that way in the relationship. And you're allowed to go reframe it and move through it. The key is to move forward. The key is to take action towards who you want to become and what you want to create. If you're just sitting back, doing the healing, thinking that once you get to a certain point, it's all going to be good, it's all going to work out, you're going to stay stuck. You're going to stay in this perpetual healing loop, as so many have in the spiritual healing community, including healers. We stay stuck. And we try to justify why we are where we are. Well, I'm just not feeling it. And there's discernment between not feeling it because it's timing and not feeling it because you're holding yourself back. Because as you move into uncertainty, you're facing the uncertainty. And our ego, our shadow wants to keep us safe in the familiar, even though it's not serving us. And the only way to move into more certainty, to create more certainty, is to move through the uncertainty. I want you to take note of that. In order to create more certainty, you have to move into the uncertainty. And you create more certainty within, which creates more certainty in your life and your relationships. So feel it, but take action towards it. And as you take actions towards it, you'll feel that. And the more you do this, the stronger you become. It's just like working out. First, you're weak, you're not strong, you're sore as hell for a week. But the more you do it, the faster you recover. The more you take imperfect action and you start living your life, you start being and start moving towards what you really want. And not taking baby steps and doing what you want, playing small. I mean, this is going all out in your relationships. And you're facing all the insecurities, all the fears, your inner child worries, your inner teenager worries, all the generational stuff. You do it by moving forward. And when you do that, your life will change. You build unshakable confidence. Stop trying to just do the inner work to be confident. You create confidence by taking action, imperfect action. All right, that's all I have for you today. If you would like more support, more guidance on how to create more certainty in your life, to reclaim your power, to be able to trust yourself more, trust your intuition more, to really show up with unshakable confidence. If you like guidance, there's a few ways that we can do this. First and foremost, I want to invite you to my brand new free Facebook community called Reignite Your Inner Fire. Genius, right? Reignite Your Inner Fire, where I share trainings, I share support, I share posts that are going to help you really implement the Reignite system, which is the self-sculpting method, the actively being method, which is not a fucking sexy term, but it is what it is. And the third one, which is my superpower, is the laughter alchemy method. And we will be diving deep into this in this fun, this energetic, high vibe, transformative, and powerful group. And you're going to be in a group of like-minded people who are wanting something similar to you. They want to create unshakable confidence in their lives and in relationships. Show up powerfully for themselves and in their life and in their relationships to create the life of their dreams, the relationships of their dreams. If that sounds like you and you're feeling a hell yeah, join the group. The link will be below. Number two thing. I'm all over the place. Number two thing, join one of my free workshops, Reignite Your Inner Fire. Wow, we can do that too. I'll have the link below that. You can just sign up for the wait list, okay? The third thing is this. Book a vision clarity session with me. What the hell is that? That means we're going to do 3 things, actually 4 things, really. 1, we're going to get clear on where you are right now, and I want to learn a little bit more about you and where you are right now. Number 2, we're going to create a vision of what you really want to create in your life, in your relationship, what you want, what you have this burning desire deep down. That's number 2 thing. The third thing is we're going to uncover one thing that is holding you back from creating that, make it a reality. And then the fourth thing, we're going to create an action step, an action plan to move toward that, taking imperfect action towards your vision. If that sounds like a hell yeah to you, I have the link to book your call. It's a 30-minute session, and we'll get right on that one. All right? I'll talk to you later, and see you on the next episode of the Laughing Through Life show. Peace!